52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building. And just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First down, Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards on the game's first play. Second down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
From the 30 on second down, Prescott. He finds his man, complete. It's Schultz. Let's go. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. So Dak with a completion there, really showing no ill effects from that injury a season ago. Yeah, what do you think your keys are defensively trying to stop Mr. Prescott?
Well, I think any defensive coordinator will tell you, stop his running game first, because he is at his best off of play action. When all of your linebackers come up to the line of scrimmage after the fake to the running back, and that allows him room and space to make a decision downfield. So take away the run, and that allows you to drop into coverage and blanket the field.
On second down and 4, Prescott. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Nick Vigil gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Prescott. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And that's why Dalvin Cook is the Minnesota Vikings featured back. You put the ball in his hands, good things happen. Second in the NFL last year in rushing with 1,557 yards. And that's now back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, but 30 combined total touchdowns. What a player is Dalvin Cook.
A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
He's not going to get me.
A give. This is Cook. And he's across the 43 extra yards to the 43. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. A couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
Mike 42. Mike 42. Check.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Completes it to the fullback, Ham. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
Off the play fake, Mond. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 36. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to the ground, Cook. Nifty move. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Mond now off of play action. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to knock that one free.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Greg Joseph for the Vikings field goal. A 43-yard attempt.
The kick by Joseph is good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is... Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. The question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession with football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still a good playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss, as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Mon. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. On 1st and 10, here's Mon. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second down and 3. They go play action here. Mon. They'll roll him out right. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Mond out of the shotgun. Dancing to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Give to Cook out of the gun. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
42 is the mark, boys. 42.
From just shy of midfield, Mond under pressure is Mond, and he'll go down. DeMarcus Lawrence able to record his 5th sack of the season. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block him. They were on him in a hurry.
3rd down from the gun, it's Mond. He put it on the carpet, a fumble. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
Running for it, here's Cook. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Mond looks to throw. Open here, Adam Thielen. Touchdown, Vikings! Adam Thielen, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
I think if you pulled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint. Down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Now Prescott. Again, it's Cooper as he makes the catch. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Lets it go for Nelson. And this is going to be intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. CD, he tried to kind of lob that one in there. It looked pretty going through the air. The problem was it was in the air a little bit too long.
Yeah, that's a tough one because for that type of a route and what he tried to do and needed to do, he had to put a little air under it, and the defender was actually able to take advantage of it because it hung up there just long enough for him to get there and take it away.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain. 50 yards rushing for him now to this point. A good gain on 1st. Has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. From the pistol, they run it with Cook. And this will be a Vikings 1st down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key 1st downs and big runs.
From just shy of midfield, Mond. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run in the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And I'll tell you what a bird's eye view I've got here because that was absolutely something else to watch. Not a lot of wiggle in that. That was catch it and go, and he used those wheels of his to absolute devastating effect.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
They start the drive with Cook. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Keanu Neal, strong in run support as he comes up from his safety position to pop him behind the line. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Mon. And this one complete to Smith. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Mon going to throw it. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. 30, 10, touchdown. Adam Thielen. Second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drives, exactly what you want on offense. But they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. But Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground. Connects here with the tight end, Blake Jarwin.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. This is intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. And Charles, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you try and force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him the first down. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Jalen Smith, the NFC's leading tackler in 2020, there on the stop defensively. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Mon escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
And lived to fight another down, right?
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They'll look to throw here. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On first down, here's Mon. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Mon. And this is Cook with a grab. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Under pressure is Mon, and he'll go down. I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, and those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to him. And I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Greg Joseph on for the field goal. A 59-yard attempt.
Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. So we've reached halftime here on Halloween. And trust me, kids, if you had to look at Charles Davis every game, you'd think every day was Halloween. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you. And we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep the tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
A good gain on first has them set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Handoff comes to Cook. And this will be a Vikings first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
Also, damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Mon looks to throw on first down. And complete right side to Cook.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. To throw again on second down. Mon. And that is incomplete. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there. And it's third down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
From the gun, here's Mon. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And the return comes to a home right at the 44-yard line. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 43 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. So first and 10 now from the 30. Prescott down. And this one quickly to Lamb. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Throwing, Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Blake Jarwin, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys turn that interception into a touchdown. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10.
24. Cowboys 14.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
At their own 14-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. Rolling to his right. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Big stop, let's go. Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Bond. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. Take it at the 37. A very good punt, but a 16-yard return. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Prescott on 1st down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
Oh, that's a big let off there on 3rd down because you've got to account for the running back coming out of the backfield. They didn't, and they got burned, not just for a 1st down, but for big yardage as well.
That is caught by Lamb. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll throw again. Prescott. And he's got his man in stride, complete. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On the sneak, it's Prescott. And he'll get in. and he's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out, and the Cowboys draw a bit closer.
And the sneak works on 2nd and goal. They didn't wait until it was 4th down to try and get him across.
No, and I think if you're the QB, you like these plays, don't you? I mean, you want to hand it off sometimes, but also prove that you can get it in there as well.
Yeah, it makes you really part of the gang, doesn't it? It makes you part of the crew, and it really bonds you with those big offensive linemen because then you get to celebrate with the big fellas.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. 2nd down coming up.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Mon. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 24-yard line.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Quickly to Thielen here. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll run with Cook. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 8-yard line.
Back to throw here. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings moving away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Elliott running right. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
Third and short yardage. Prescott letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that's caught inside the 35.
Nothing less, baby.
Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Cowboys are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead is down to a field goal. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Lets it fly for Thielen. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And his guys are going to have the football back as the 3rd quarter comes to an end.
All day.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Cowboys 28.
Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. They come up here on 1st and 10. Now left side on the swing pass. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
Boy, that was certainly well read defensively. And the key to any screen play is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackled him for just a short gain.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Prescott. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. Now Prescott. He's got the hook up here to Nelson. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And this one is incomplete.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
On 2nd down, Elliott. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. 51 yards on the ground for him so far. And that will be incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
And Zerline's kick is good. That also a career-long kick for the veteran, Charles.
Yeah, how about what he just got done there? We always knew he had a big leg, but how about everything coming together perfectly on that one? Great leg swing, and bang that one through.
That's it, baby.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Mon looks to throw. That is caught by Thielen. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. Here's Mon. And this one complete to Smith. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
He's had success running the football. This is more or less an extension of that because they drop it off to him on the screen. And I'll bet he's thinking to himself, if I didn't have to slow up a bit here in traffic, I could have really made something out of that one. You know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive can take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Bond good to throw it. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
It's a party now. It's a party now. Hey, check Mike 6.
Cook. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Again, it's Cook. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. All tied up. Less than 2 minutes to go. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on what could be a pivotal 3rd and goal now in a tie ball game.
What we got?
They'll run for it with Cook. And this time he is in. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for.
And got his man complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. That one good for 37 yards.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Now Prescott. Again, it's Cooper as he makes the catch. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. 1st down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. CeeDee Lamb is intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. Now Dak lets it go for Nelson. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
All right, so the Cowboys will go for 2 here. To throw, Prescott. And it is caught. They got the 2 points, and with it, they've taken the lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
Let's go. Do it.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. And he's got his tight end, that's Smith. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Mike 6. Hey, keep it up. Hey, check Mike 6.
He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike.
Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory. The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better, and that got it done in this one.
So for Dallas, The win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll be back home next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens.